Hey guys, okay, I sound a little bit dead inside because I am. Yesterday, the entire day, all I did, I watched 16 episodes of a K-drama. That's the entire thing. I watched the whole thing in one day. I stayed up till 4 a.m. and I feel disgusting about that. I mean, everybody needs a day like that, like once a year, where you literally are just a slob. You know what I mean? To make up for that, I feel like I need to be productive and train my horse. Needless to say, I did not log into Sir Stable yesterday. So we're gonna be training Butch, my Gen 2 Mustang. Not gonna lie, I have like a few Mustangs on the app that I kind of want to get, so gotta do that soon. The topic today of our train with me, I'm gonna be reading dreams you've had, not things that you hope will happen, like dreams, like while you're sleeping. And to add a layer on top of that, I'm gonna do my best to interpret your dream. So I'm gonna tell you what it means.
Obviously, this is a joke, so you could relax.
I'm not like a dream interpreter, if that's even a real thing. We have a couple channel member submissions. We're gonna be doing those ones first. I don't know why I said submissions. That's disgusting. So the first channel member said, so my dream last night was a little weird, but my friends turned into demons and I was so scared. It's just me and this one boy. So we are in class and I look over, there are all demons. I run out of the class, scared, running to the girls' bathroom. I don't know why, I ended up finding him. Long story short, that kid's my boyfriend now. So I'm confused on what that dream was. Wait, that's so funny that you say that, because I was gonna say, to interpret that dream, that it means that you secretly know, like in your head, you secretly know that those are not real friends. Obviously, you have some sort of awareness that they are not the best friends. And the guy that you were running from the demons with is obviously someone that you should date. I was gonna say that, but it sounds like they're already dating. So, oh my gosh, 1 for 1. By the way, I'm joking. Don't take any freaking advice that I say. I don't even know you guys' lives. I'm just making this up, okay? Just relax. Hey Coco, I came across your channel a few months ago and I absolutely love watching your videos. They always make my playing SSO a lot better. Anyways, here's a dream I had a few months ago. My 8th grade teacher and me were at a random pool party. First of all, what the heck? When she started flirting with me completely out of the blue. What? She told me how much she's loved me since she met me in 8th grade. Mind you, I'm 20 now. And that there's one thing she has wanted to do since then. She proceeded to frickin' kiss me. And when I was about to push her away, I woke up and cried because I thought I had cheated on my boyfriend IRL because I was so confused by that dream. He laughed at me when I told him about it and he said, it's not that deep. When it kinda is. I mean, what on earth? What are your thoughts on this? Love from Germany. Okay, we've all had like weird dreams like this. I literally met this person at the grocery store and hated them and then had a dream about them. Or like I didn't think about this person in my entire life and I'm having a dream about them. I think what this dream is trying to tell you is it's time to go back to school. Your dreams are telling you that it's time to further your education and go on and get more schooling. So get to it. Why is this like the most uncomfortable advice ever? I'm gonna say your boyfriend sounds like a keeper based on the reaction. I know people who have actually, like, based on dreams that they've had, like broken up with people. I don't know them personally, but I've seen it on Instagram, so it must be real. People literally break up over dream affairs. You're welcome. I don't even know what to do with this, guys. I'm shooketh. Dreams are weird, and some of these submissions are gonna be weird because dreams are like things that you never thought in your life and that just happen. I am assuming this is a dream because the way they said this almost makes it sound like it's real, but I'm assuming this is a dream. Okay, they said, one time I was at a softball practice and a tornado started coming at us and my coach said, hey, it's fine. We'll just keep playing. And the tornado kept getting closer and closer, and then it literally was in our field and I was screaming that everybody was fine. And then it hit me and I was literally flying in the air for 2 minutes. Oh my gosh. Why do dreams really be like this? Like when we're in like a moment, like you're in panic, nobody is aware or seems to be concerned by it. This is so relatable. I think what this dream is trying to tell you is that you're gonna become a star in softball because you were chosen by the tornado to be literally in the sky flying over your team. So I think this shows your dominance as a player and it shows that you have a bright future as a softball player. I know. People are questioning the authenticity of my interpretations, but I'm just the messenger here, okay? Somebody said, ever since I was around 7 years old, I've had a recurring dream that some girl with a pumpkin head follows me around everywhere and then she kidnaps me and holds me hostage.
What the heck?
This dream is telling you that you have officially been captured by spooky season. If you don't know it yet, you're about to have a love for Halloween like no other. Your future career is definitely working at those pop pop-up haunted houses and those like pop-up spooky costume shops that are open for like 1 month out of the year. So your future is looking bright, dude. Wait, what the actual frick am I doing? I just filled this race because I was not paying attention. I was so focused on your dreams. It's fine. I had a dream that I was leaving school, but it was nighttime and all dark. I wasn't even walking the usual way. I was walking all across a random suburb in my city, and then at the end of the dream, I went into this weird man's house for some reason, and it was strange. This is interesting. It's the classic going somewhere, but in the dream, can't remember how to get there. Going the right way, but suddenly nothing looks familiar, you're not making it. This is a dream signifying a need for change. It's telling you that you need to search for new horizons, maybe make a new friend with an old person who's lonely. I don't know. It's just do something that is new that you've never done before, I think is what this dream is trying to tell you. The next person said, I was sat in the back of a bus and it was a chill drive for a solid maybe minute before the back emergency door blew open and bus flew into the sky. It started whipping around like a boomerang and we fell out of the back door and went splat on the ground. What? Okay, I think this dream is a warning that taking public transportation tomorrow is not going to be for you. I think it's trying to tell you that opt for the bike or the feet, better yet. Going on public transpo tomorrow is probably not your best bet, and that's what this dream is definitely trying to tell you, obviously. Also, I think it's trying to tell you that next time you go on the bus, you're gonna make a new friend. Okay, this person said, when I was younger, I had a dream. The Grinch kidnapped me, and he was stealing my Christmas presents. Okay, so the Grinch stealing your Christmas presents definitely symbolizes growing up and realizing the meaning behind giving others gifts. And I think it's trying to tell you that you should put a lot of effort into the gifts that you give to make the people in your life feel special. And that is a really sweet dream. Wow, I can't believe you had that. The next person said, now keep in mind that I am a creative person and my brain is always running at 120 miles per hour. Even as a kid, I was like this. Say hello to my ADHD. So this nightmare of mine that I had throughout ages 4 to 7 consisted of a bizarre mix of anomalies, a life-size pickle man that would eat me alive. I'm not even joking. This was a real reoccurring dream of total 3 times. As to why, beyond me. I still have so many questions to this day. I think that the answer to this is pretty simple. I think your brain is trying to give you a heads up that you definitely can create a new candy, which is life-size pickle man candy. So I'm sorry that I had to be the one to explain this to you, but obviously since you're creative, it was trying to help you create a new type of candy. Good luck with your selling stuff. Hopefully no one steals it on this podcast episode of whatever I'm doing right now. Okay, the next person said, so I had a dream that I was in an idle car with a baby. The baby turns into a feral dog and chases me through a forest. Then we somehow pass a car shop and it turns into a grown man chasing me. This dream happened for 3 days straight. What the heck? I think that this dream is trying to let you reminisce on the good old days. You know what I mean? Like it's taking you through the evolution of a human life from a baby to a man. And it's trying to tell you that you're growing up and to take advantage of every little moment because every moment counts. The whole like feral dog thing I think was just a glitch. I think that's what it really is supposed to mean. The next person said, the most coherent nightmare I've ever had was when I was like 7 years old. And I actually had this one twice. I was going to see a gymnastics competition in an open air arena and it was just about to start when all of a sudden a UFO comes down and Vikings drop out of it into the arena. Of course everyone starts running for an exit because they're in one of my dreams and that's always bad news. But it was like, what if the Vikings are friendly? I wasn't a very smart kid. At this point there are like 50 people all stuck in a lobby together just looking at these huge intimidating Vikings that look straight out of a horrible history's British, sorry. That's okay. Walking towards us carrying these massive axes. Those Vikings aren't even that way. This might sound graphic, but they start cutting people's heads off. There wasn't any blood, just that their heads would come off and they would fall to the floor. Me and this still big group of people run out of the lobby into the street and the Vikings are everywhere and we somehow all managed to stick together and run around mostly unscathed. I don't remember what happened in between, but at one point I remember all the adults started teaming up with these Vikings and started cutting all these kids' heads off. I'm so sorry I'm telling you this. Then it's just a group of like 20 or 30 children running around in this city I've never been to in this apocalypse situation, avoiding anyone who's taller than us. At one point we managed to find an empty shop and started planning to use it as a hideout. And it was peaceful for a bit while me and my few others started thinking of a new life for all of those really young kids. But while we're taking door breaks and like 5 Vikings charge at us, I came up with an escape plan and gather everyone in a panic to start following me. But before we could use it, I woke up. I remember being so annoyed that I never got to use my great escape plan plan. Oh my gosh, I just literally left the arena, like for realsies. Why is it so real that when you're in the middle of a really intense dream like this, where you just know that you have the perfect ending to the dream, you wake up and it's like, come on, I was just about to get to the good part. I think like when you start to enjoy a dream, I feel like you're starting to kind of control it. Isn't that like lucid dreaming? And then you like wake up. Anyways, I don't know. I lucid dream sometimes. But anyways, okay, back to your dream. So what this dream is trying to tell you is that you should make a new friend. So maybe like if you're in school, talk to somebody new tomorrow. They will bring you a great idea. And that's what this dream is trying to tell you for sure.
Wow, I'm just pretty good at this, guys. Like,
okay, this person said, I have this dream every once in a while, but it's where I start at my house and then all of a sudden I'm in a long line of people waiting for something. I'm not sure. And while I wait, I see the Icelandics Gen 2 in like a woodsy area and I go to save them because they're stuck, but I am only able to save 3 of them. And I don't know why I have that dream so much, but I do. I think this dream is telling you it's like a nostalgia dream. It means you're missing some childhood experiences. It's just nostalgia. Like you're going back to the good old days, back when the Gen 2 Icelandics were the shiz. You're going back to those old rolling Star Stable hills. Your brain is literally just trying to tell you, sit back, relax, and enjoy this dream because it's a little nostalgia wave. Somebody said, one time I had woken up from sleeping, duh, lol, and this was before we moved across the states. I dreamt the bathroom counter was blue cheetah print and blue cheetah print.
that's a lot of blue cheetah print.
And the floors were weird. Well, obviously this dream was trying to tell you that you were about to experience some change. And I mean, spoiler alert, it looks like you did move. So your dream obviously was just forewarning you about a new house, a new experience was coming into your life. So I had a dream where I had horses coming from the sky and the tack was coming down as well. I thought I was drowning in horses and tack. Oh, this dream is, I'm jealous. I want this dream. This dream means that you're about to come into really good fortune. Like you're about to make freaking bank. Either you're gonna create like some startup company or you're going to win the lottery, but either way, you're about to come to money. And literally horses in Star Stable will be falling from the sky. So let me know how that goes. All right, somebody said, one time I had this dream that I had to fight with my mom. I remember being mad at her and yelling at her in my dream. When I woke up, I still felt the madness I had towards her. I came downstairs where she was just sitting down eating breakfast and I felt the need to be mad at her and snap. Don't worry, I didn't. It felt really crazy because nothing happened, but I felt this madness inside me towards her because I had a fight with her in my dream. It passed soon, but it was so weird. You know the feeling when you're like irritated and mad at someone? I had that because of my dream. Yes, people definitely get this. I've had this before. Like I've had dreams where someone does something that like hurts me or people I know and I am mad at that person the next day, but like I'm like, okay, this didn't do it. It's fake. It's a dream. But this dream is definitely trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you to spend more time with your mom. Tell your mom something nice today. Find an activity that you enjoyed together. It's just telling you to spend more quality time with your mom. Once I had a dream, I was driving out to the barn with my dad. He said that we should go on the trails, but I was a bit anxious, but I didn't say anything. When we got there, I started tacking up my horse and my dad was tacking up a small pony. It was taking forever to tack up. I don't know why, even though my dad didn't want to. Finally, we got on and I told him that I didn't think the trails were a good idea, so we didn't go. When I woke up, my dream literally happened, except my dad was riding his bike and not a pony. Actually creeps me out still. What the heck? Okay, this is like called deja vu. I think that day your dream was trying to tell you, I mean, what do you mean I think? Like I'm an expert dream analyzer, so your dream was trying to warn you that your dad takes a long time to tack up, so not to take him on your ride. But luckily you guys figured out he could take his bike instead, so it sounds like it all got resolved, which is really lucky. Why do dreams always be like that though? You're like, okay, ready for the scene change, and then the dream will never have the scene change and you're like waiting, but like for some reason, why can I never scene change in my dreams? It just changes to like a completely different dream. You know what I mean? The next person said, for the longest time, I keep having this repeating dream where I'm stuck in a time loop. So every day was the exact same no matter what I did. All my interactions stayed the same after the original day. Even if I changed my responses to the conversation, eventually I got out of the time loop only to realize everyone else was still stuck in it. So they kept doing the exact same thing over and over again while I slowly aged day by day. Random time skip and I'm suddenly 95 years old and everyone finally breaks out of their time loop. So then I have to explain why I'm so much older than all my friends. Apparently during that time skip, I fought an army of zombies, started my own grocery store that no one bought stuff from, became a billionaire, and almost died but somehow saved myself since everyone else was still stuck in their own loop. Still the most bizarre dream I've ever had. Wow, this dream is really crazy to interpret honestly. I'm gonna have to say this dream is telling you that you need to let the haters go and just live your freaking life and it will bring you success. success. You know what I mean? That's what this dream is definitely trying to tell you. A while ago, I had a dream that my horse and I went to the Olympics, did show jumping, and won the gold medal. I do hunters. Also, my horse is retired from jumping. I only jump my Leigh's horse, so it was interesting. This is another one of those nostalgia dreams. It's just trying to help you reminisce in the glory days. And I think this dream is trying to tell you that if you chose to continue your show jumping journey, you would find great success. I dreamed that I used the restroom, and let's just say I was still going when I woke up while still in bed.
Oh.
Okay, one time I had a dream that Benedict Cumberbatch came to me in an old-timey diner and told me that I needed to fix climate change. I don't know the details, but before I woke up, I remembered that I was standing in a huge field, and everywhere there was a bunch of giant solar panels everywhere. I think this dream is trying to tell you that you would make a really good sales bro. You should definitely sell solar. And yeah, the next person said, my funniest dream is probably it started with me and my two BFFs going camping. Let's call them Jimmy and John. Wow, good choices for names, honestly. Can't even complain. I can't remember why we went camping, but whatever. It was getting later and I got kind of creepy. We went to sleep. Later in the night, I woke up to see Jimmy was gone. I got up and woke John. He had got up with me and we went to find Jimmy. We saw a bear. It was eating our food. Behind the bear, we saw Jimmy about to hit the bear. She hit the bear and it started chasing her. We ran after them. Jimmy climbs up a tree and the bear follows and the bear says, "Can I come to your campfire? It's really cold." I think Jimmy jumped down and I know she said you because next I remember was the bear eating hot dogs sitting at our campfire with us. Wait, what the frick? That is my funniest dream. This is a pretty simple theme. It's trying to tell you that a new friend is coming into your life. A new friend will come into your life in the most unexpected way and to be open-minded. That's what it's trying to tell you. Okay, so I had this one several times when I was younger. I was like 5. Basically, there are two sides in the world. A really dusty side that has rows of dull weeds and a really colorful side with trees and houses and toadstools and all that. So me, my mom, and my sister were all going to the river that separated the two sides to play or whatever. And for that context, we lived on the dry and dusty side. So this river started at like this still pool that was shaded on one side with the fast flowing river on the other. And there were a bunch of old ladies with those arm floaties. Oh my gosh, help, I'm stuck. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to finish reading this. With those arm floaties and we're floating in the shade. My sister jumped into the still pool and swam across to the other side and shouted for me to go join her before she skipped off. I jumped in but too close to the river and got swept away. Then the dream skipped to a point that somehow I knew was 2 hours later and I managed to grab onto some of the weeds on the dusty side and pull myself out just when my mom and the old ladies, still wearing their arm floaties, came running along the dusty path. And then I just started walking home. So yeah, no clue what happened to my sister there. The really funny thing is though that I was telling one of my best friends about this dream and she apparently had a very similar dream when she was like 7 and since we're 2 years apart, it was basically in the same time frame, except in her dream she said that she just kept floating and well, oofed. It's pretty complicated, I'm not gonna lie. This dream is trying to tell you that the grass is not always greener. Sometimes when you go on the greener side, you lose your sister in the process, you know what I mean? So keep eyes out. Man overboard, you know what I mean? It's just trying to tell you to appreciate what you have and that the grass is not always green on the other side. You're so welcome. So my uncle was a giant and he was like getting rid of everyone on the earth by like breathing fire on everyone in their houses. He gave us like 10 seconds to escape or he'd get rid of us. So I jumped into the sky and started doing the breaststroke. I did breaststroke like over the mountains and forests and then for some reason landed at school. The school was on fire and the giant was sleeping on the oval. Then I woke up. Wow. Okay. So believe it or not, this is actually a dream that is telling you you're about to also have good fortune because it's telling you basically flew into the breaststroke over difficult challenges. It's telling you that you have resilience. And so you're going to be able to get through a difficult challenge and you're going to have good fortune on the other side. I'm so jealous. I wish I had a dream that good. You know what I mean? Okay, the next person said, me and my friends E and P were lost in a forest. It had already been days at this point and we had seen for miles it was legit just trees until there's a massive safe in the middle of the forest. Why on earth it was there, I don't know. But for some reason we all decided to open it and go inside. When we opened it, we thought it would be empty or something, but no, it's full with massive triangles of cheese. He started eating the cheese to see if it was poisonous, but then a giant rat came up from behind us and started chasing us away from the safe. It was the rat rat from Cheese Escape, those who know. He fell over and lost to the wrath of the rat. E was too slow and got trampled by a massive cheese bicycle that the E was riding to chase us with. What? It was me and A. I did a cartoon slip and died of suffocation. The cheese got me. What? And I did a backflip and kicked the rat in the face. Then the rat let out an awful screech and I woke up, so I don't know what was gonna happen. So you're telling me you passed on and then got in a fight with the rat? Okay, well this is a strange dream. Can this be true? Because your dream is telling you that you're gonna be reincarnated as professional karate fighter. What do you call people who do karate? I think that this dream is trying to tell you that you need to learn self-defense. Do some kind of kickboxing class would be ideal. I think that's what it's trying to tell you. Also, I think it's trying to teach you to not try to take things that aren't yours because it's gonna come back to bite you. Oh my gosh, you guys have like some crazy as frick dreams. Honestly, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 of this because I don't even feel like I got to read all of the submissions. Like this was insane. Okay, sorry if I didn't get to yours. I got like over 100 submissions and so I read as many as I could. Thank you for sharing your dreams and hopefully you enjoyed my interpretations of your dreams. Definitely very serious, very meaningful dream interpretations. You're welcome for doing that for free. Good news is I got to train Butch. Butch is now level 7. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm on thin ice, you'd never guess. I've been hiding a monster, keeping it quiet. I do my best.